this video that's going around and take a look at it, and then I'll come back with my commentary.
I did everything.
Like what?
I had sex with other girls. I did everything. We met in school, we met in college, we met in class, and you really didn't like me.
No, I didn't like you at first.
A couple years later, we moved into like the same apartment complex, and the first day we both moved there, we like met on the elevator again. It was like a reunion.
And then you offered to bring my groceries upstairs.
And yeah, we spent a lot of time together.
Like, every day.
I would say that you were my best friend.
Yeah. Me too. I would go through his phone, and I would like see text messages or like pictures of girls, and then I would ask him about it. And sometimes he would lie and just say like, oh, that's not true, you don't know what you're talking about. And you said like, oh, I'll stop, but then you didn't. One time I went to his room and he had someone else in his room and he told me to leave. And I went back to my room and I just cried like the whole night. And then I think I went like a little while without talking to you. And then you said something like, well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it again.
There was kind of a point where things weren't the same.
What do you mean?
Just like you would always go through my phone or my computer.
Yeah, I didn't trust you.
If you would go to that measure to find whatever, why wouldn't you just leave?
I don't know, I think I was like stupid. How many times did you cheat on me?
I don't know.
If you had to say.
I wasn't counting. It had more to do with me just not being able to commit.
Why not?
Because at the time, I didn't want to. I think just sometimes we're not on the same page.
Yeah. I think that's true.
There's nothing that you could have done differently that I think would have prevented it. I think that you did everything that you needed to do to be a good girlfriend, and I was lucky to have someone like you.
I don't think you're a bad guy because you cheated. I forgave you.
Why?
Because you're my best friend. But it was hard.
I think we're like in the first stage of moving on.
Yeah.
I think we both kind of accepted for the first time that it's really over.
I couldn't, like, today I couldn't see, like, my life without you. But, I don't know. I feel like you hurt me a lot, so. I feel like you abandoned me.
I apologize for hurting you, and I hope in the future we can remain good friends, and I get a chance to see you grow into the woman that you're becoming.
So, after watching it, it reminded me of the most painful breakup that I've ever encountered in my whole entire life. And it brought it home for me. So, here's my story. Before my man and I got together, I got this message from someone on Facebook, okay, that I grew up with. And as soon as I saw that message, I was like, wow, there's a blast from the past. Anyways, we reconnected, and he complimented me a lot, saying that I was beautiful, I look good, and how I've changed so much. And obviously, I said thank you. Anyways, he asked me for my number, and without hesitation, he had my number almost immediately, okay? He texted me, and you know when you start talking to someone, you laugh, you giggle, you have like your personal inside jokes and stuff like that. And you hold on tight to that. Anyways, I was obviously holding back, but he could obviously tell that I was holding back. Like, why would I tell you certain things after so many years, you know? Anyways, after that, he kind of gained my trust back and stuff like that. So we started talking, and after we started talking, there was this one day, and he called me. So after he called me, he asked me to be his girl. And I was like, I couldn't stop smiling. I was smiling like a fucking retard from ear to ear. I was like, yes, okay. We're together, we're dating, blah, blah, blah. Right? So, anyways, I was happy. And he was looking good. Trust me, he had the 6-pack and everything, okay? The only problem is, well, I'm not going to get into too many specifics, but I guess you could say distance kind of killed us. But anyways, I remember this one day where I was at Walmart, And I was on the phone with my ex-man at that point, okay? We were talking. I was like up against the wall and I was just like talking to him. All of a sudden I notice this one guy pacing back and forth in front of me, okay? And he stops, the guy that was pacing, he stops right in front of me. And he starts talking to me. And while I'm on the phone, he's hearing everything. So I took the phone away from my ear. And it wasn't on speaker. I'm going to tell you that right now. It wasn't on speaker. But that dude that was pacing back and forth right in front of me and stopped, he heard everything. After, like, he heard him that was on the phone, after he heard him on the phone, he left. Yeah. So anyways, wow. I did one thing that I absolutely regret doing. Not listening to my best friends. This is before I invested, like, this is before the FBI came into play. You know, the friend's best interest. So, yes. Anyways, my girl, she called me up, like one of my best friends, she called me up and she's like, there's something you need to know. And I was like, okay, what is it? And she told me that he's an ex-con, and I was like, I know. He told me. He told me everything ahead of advance. And she's like, you're okay with that? And I was like, girl, I've dated a lot of ex-cons, okay? Just real talk. I've dated a lot of ex-cons. And I was like, yes, I'm okay with it. I was so dumb at that point, but I didn't care. Anyways, we started talking, like him and I started talking more and more. And then one day, I noticed something changing. I was like, something doesn't feel right. And I noticed that the text stopped. After I would text him, he wouldn't reply within like a couple hours. Like, say if I messaged him at 10 o'clock in the morning, I wouldn't get a reply till 6 o'clock, okay? Yeah. And keep in mind, he was also a gym buff too, so he had muscles. He was constantly at the gym and shit like that, okay? And he would post pictures on Instagram of him at the gym, shirtless, basically doing the thirst trap for other bitches. So it's just like, okay, I know that's my man, so they could look all they want, but they ain't gonna touch. So, yes. Anyways, after that, my girl calls me up, and she was like, girl, did you check your man's Facebook? I was like, no, I haven't been on Facebook in a couple hours or whatever. I just didn't want to go on, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, I think you should check your man's Facebook. And I was like, why? And she's like, just check it and call me back. And I was like, okay. So I logged on to Facebook. I go on to his page. And then I see this picture. And he was there with another woman. and she had on my ring that he had bought for me. And she was all in the picture, all smiling and stuff. She's like, like that. And it's just like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So I was like, okay, that's how it's gonna be. And then another one of my girls called me up, and she said, girl, I think you might want to FaceTime with your man. And I was like, why? And she's like, just do it. And I was like, okay. So I tried FaceTiming him, and he would decline it. I tried again. He would decline it. Then all of a sudden, my phone rings, and he pocket dialed me. Okay? And when he pocket dialed me, I was listening on the other end to everything that he was saying to her. Okay? I heard everything. But the only smart thing that I did, I always have this thing on my phone where it records conversations. So it would automatically just record the conversation as soon as I picked up the phone and stuff. So here's what I did. I took that clip from my phone and I emailed him. And he called me up and he's like, what is this? And I was like, just listen to it. And then I hung up on him. So after I hung up on him, he called me back. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't want you to find out this way. And I was like, it's over. Like, it's done. I don't want to be the fool anymore. You played me like a violin, basically. And you've hurt me to the core, where I feel helpless and vulnerable. And if you really truly knew me, I don't like feeling that way. I hate it, as a matter of fact. So after that, I hung up, and after I hung up, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done. This kind of taught me a valuable lesson. Not to trust any man. But the only thing is, the stupid thing is, I still wanted to have fun. So within, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks of that, I had a date. Somebody asked me out, and I said yes, and I went on a date. As I'm getting ready to go out on the date, and putting my makeup on, and got my dress and stuff like that all ready, good to go. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have fun, whatever. So I was almost out the door. As soon as I was almost out the door, and then my phone rings. So I pick it up. It's him. And he's just like, can we at least be friends, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I don't want to be your friend. And he's like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I have a date. And then he flipped the script on me. He was like, so you've been cheating on me our whole entire relationship? And I said to him, I said, you know what? If I wanted to sleep with men while I was with you, I would have done so. And trust me, I have had plenty of opportunities to do so. But no, I stuck with your stupid ass. So, he's like, well, you don't need to get so aggressive. You don't need to be so mean, blah, blah, blah. And then the bitch switch came on. Ladies, diamonds, you know what I'm talking about, right? When somebody flips the bitch switch, right? So, anyways, after that, I just went off on him. And then I hung up again. I was on my date. This has the audacity to call me in the middle of my date. Yeah. He called me. And I was looking at my date and I was like, I'm so sorry about this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, don't worry about it, just give me the phone. I was like, what? And he told me to give him the phone. So he took my phone and he said he was talking to him. And he only said one thing that made me laugh. And that was it. He's like, we're fucking. We weren't. We were at the dinner table having dinner in a restaurant, okay? And he said, we're fucking, and hung up. Yeah. I would say that dude was completely savaged, and I loved every single minute of it. Yeah. So, that was one of my most painful breakups. And people kept on asking me, like, after him and I were done, they're like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, girl, I'm fine. I'm fine, just don't worry about it. Whatever, you know? And I haven't been able to trust anybody in the longest time, okay? I don't trust anybody that I don't know. Not only that, but he fucked me over. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be completely 100 with you, okay? If you were to ask me today how I felt about that specific person, I would say that after finding out what I found out, that he was cheating on me, dogging me, shit like that, I can honestly tell you that I hate him. Yeah, I hate him. And I should have known from the get-go. I didn't trust my woman's intuition. I was stupid for falling for a man who I thought actually cared about me. And honestly, if I was to see him again, like say if I was walking or driving by or whatever, I'd go on the opposite side and just, you know, because I don't want nothing to do with him. Because heartbreak is not fun at all. And that's it. And I'm honestly holding back so many tears right now. It's not even funny. I'm really trying not to cry. But anyways, that's it. If you enjoyed this video of my heartbreak story, give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Kisses from the missus. And don't forget to keep shining bright like the diamonds and the beams that you are. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to. Bye.